Yeah, so like this is the guy with like the most amount of time by far. He also has an insane amount of world records in he's a Metal Gear speedrunner. He plays all of them. Yeah, it's an insane amount. And then yeah, literally I could link Aku's account, but it literally won't load for you. Probably. Like it's like he just grinds the games with like thousands of categories and then plays all of them until he has a run in every single level, category, whatever. Like, let's see, world record leaderboards. Yeah, so Aku has 12,209 world records as of today, verified on speedrun.com. 12,209. 12,000 world records. No world records. I can also look at the personal bests leaderboard. And that is 23,000. Wat een banger hoor ik je wel hè. Can you try to link his page? Yeah, I can. You can, it probably won't load for a long time. And then, yeah, just a casual 23,000 PBs. But if it does load, you can scroll on his page for ages. It's insane. He will have like 2,000 submissions in fucking GeoGuessr, whatever the frick or something, you know? It's crazy. He grinds that shit. But yeah, I've been trying to load Aku's page since we've been talking, and it's still black. Freek, doe me een lol. Yeah, well, that's just because like the website literally can't handle how much shit is on there. I got a server. Yeah, well, that's pretty common with his personal page. But yeah, it's funny. I've known Aku like since he got into speedrunning, so it's been really funny seeing him go up and up. Freek, doe me een lol. Doe me een lol. But yeah, it's still trying to load for me. But But yeah, I'm pretty sure they also had to like change the code just to make his user page work, because at some point it broke. Like the code that they were using to get these leaderboards into place. It's like actually insanity. Oh, it's loaded for me. But it's lagging. It's loaded. Yeah, oh, and it unloaded for me. It's... But yeah, there's also some speed games he takes like more seriously, like Nox, for example. He comes back to that every now and then, and he actually tries to get better world records and shit, and it's actually a cool run. Like he doesn't only spam like all the level runs he can find or anything. And when he started speedrunning Phasmophobia, then he did a lot of like pretty long runs, like a couple hour long runs in Phasmo. Pretty funny as well. And there have been some racing games that he has taken more seriously, where he will try to. But a lot of it is like literally just to play every category that you can fucking like. You find a game that has like 1,000 levels or something, and you just play all the levels. That's a lot of it as well, which still takes an insane amount of time. Tico besa il giorno onolita. No, he doesn't create a lot of pages himself. He doesn't usually do that. He does for some games, but I know that he actually does find a lot of games that are already on there. And then he's still a mod for a lot of them, because a lot of people just like don't do anything with the board or are too lazy to actually fucking verify runs, and then he likes take over or whatever. But no, but I'm pretty sure he pretty much only, from what I've seen, he either plays games that are already on there, or games that he like actually physically owned himself and that weren't on there yet, and then he requested them. Like old racing games that he already owned or whatever. And then there's of course also people in the farming Discord recommending games like, hey, you can farm this game really well, and then he will do it. But yeah, some people think this is stupid, and well, I definitely wouldn't do it myself, but I think this is really funny. What's my longest run? 11 hours and 17 minutes. But it might be obsoleted soon, because I found out that the category is bullshit. Long story. What for? Okay, so in Explorers of Sky and in this game, you have icons on your save file, as you may or may not know. And you get those icons by completing like certain parts of the story, right? So if you beat Darkrai, you get a bunch of icons until you have the Darkrai icon. And then there's one more icon, and you can get that if you beat the 7 treasure dungeons, which all have a legend at the end. Like it's Groudon, Heatran, Articuno, Rayquaza, Giratina, and something else, I think. Don't know if I'm at 7 yet, whatever. Mew is one. And if you beat those 7, you get another icon after Darkrai. And you play the 5 special episodes, because if you save in a special episode, then you can see that, hey, there's icons for the special episode. So that's all icons. That's a speedrun. You get all the icons. You do Darkrai, those 7 dungeons, and all the special episodes. But I recently found out that you don't actually have to beat those 7 dungeons to get the icon. What you can do in a Wondermill run is you can just Wondermill in the item that you would get from completing the dungeon. Which would make the run Darkrai, but you Wondermill in 7 items. And then do the episodes. That would be the speedrun. Which is retarded. Yeah, my run was Wondermill. And I back then I did the dungeons because we assumed I found this out like a week ago. And now we're like, this category makes no sense anymore. Like in No Wondermill it's still a good category, but now it's literally Darkrai plus the episodes. That's the run. Oh yeah, and you do like 7 extra Wondermills. It's fucking dumb as a category. So we still have to decide what we're gonna do, but we're probably gonna remove it or move it to the cat extensions or whatever, and then we're probably gonna. I've asked to hold a vote on this, by the way, twice, but no one reacted, and that's been 2 weeks ago. Good community, by the way. Sorry, that was a little rant. But we're probably gonna add a category called all bosses, because it would still include all the things that was all icons, plus like very few extras, which is like less than half an hour of gameplay. So that would then replace the idea. When I finally get 2 million channel points, you'll have a new longest run. You know, here's the thing. If I think anyone is close to 2 million points, I will up it to 4 million. The meme here is that I will never play Recruit 'em All. Because I think it's dumb. And I don't like the idea of speedrunning it. Just gotta sneak up to the points. Yeah, well that will take a long fucking time. I might even have quit streaming at that point, when anyone is ever gonna be close. But yeah, it's pretty dumb. But yeah, my longest speedrun is 11 hours and 17 minutes. On DS, and 10 hours and 48 minutes, the same category on MU. But basically, if the category keeps existing, I can like save more than an hour on the run just by typing 7 codes. Which is a bit cringe. Like I just type some codes and I complete the missions and bang, I get an icon. Nah, I think we should just remove it. It's a dumb category. It would literally be complete Darkrai, but do like 4 missions probably. 4 extra missions, because you can get double items per mission. and then you get 7. Oh yeah, and then also complete the episodes. It's like, yeah, it's just so dumb as a category. It just doesn't make sense anymore. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, the no wonder mill category is still very cool. But yeah, I've asked to like, hey, shall we hold a vote or something? And literally no one reacted. Like when I brought it up, of course a bunch of people reacted. This is always what happens in the PMD community, by the way. There is some kind of issue with like how we want to set up boards or whatever, or like rules about things, like for example how much time you're allowed to take a break in Recruit them all or whatever, and then people will talk about it quite a lot. Like there will be there will be a discussion, like pretty positive discussion most of the time, and then nothing gets decided and nothing happens. That's the PMD community. Fuck you. Fuck you, fucking aarslog. Fuck this game. Fuck monster houses. Fuck you. I wanted to keep that Vogel, man. Yeah, for some reason, PMD community pretty indecisive in things, unfortunately. What do you think the rule about breaks should be? Well, so the rule was you're allowed to take a 9-hour break. Like, first the rules were no breaks allowed, it's all RTA. And which was a fucked up time. That was a fucked up time in history. Especially for Blue Rescue Team recruitable runners. Fuck them, man. Because that run is like 60 hours in actual gameplay. And then it was like basically, oh yeah, lol. If you can stay awake that long, you get world record. And if you, it's just unhealthy, right? It's just not even about like the game anymore. So they decided on breaks, and then it became 9 hours. I think you could take a 9-hour break every day, basically. And I think now they changed it to 12-12. So like for every 12 hours of gameplay, you can take 12 hours of breaks. And I think they are also pretty lenient with the fact that you can split them up if you want. Like you can take 2 6-hour breaks if you want to or whatever. Or like you don't have to start with 12 hours of gameplay, you can start with 5 and then take a 12-hour break. And if you then still play enough, then it's fine. Like if you do 5 hours of gameplay, then take the 12-hour break and then play for 15 hours straight or something, then it's fine. But yeah, most people think you shouldn't be allowed to take infinite breaks because it's still, yeah, you still need to put some fucking time into this. You don't want to fucking allow someone to play 2 hours every day and say, haha, I did it. Yeah, true, Finald, but it, like, you want the endurance factor, but you don't want the endurance factor to literally be the person that can be alive by not sleeping 60 hours. That's just dumb. Most people think that's dumb. Because then it's not really about the game at all anymore. Like breaks aren't allowed for all icons, for example, and all icons is 14 hours. It's literally just for recruit them all because it's just too long, and like a lot of people, it's just yeah, for a lot of people it's just not possible to stay awake for 30 hours straight. I could probably do 30 hours, which would be Like recruit them all, Wonder Mill in Sky, I guess. That would be like about possible. Yeah, like for example, there is the relay race, the like if you play multiple mystery dungeons, that has been done a couple times, where you play Blue Rescue Team and Explorers of Sky and Gates and Super, and that one has no breaks allowed. That is like 24 hours. We don't allow breaks for that, but Recruit 'em all is just too long to not have that. Like it because like the shortest is like 30 hours, and then if you're going to no Wonder Meal, like I think Yimo has a 48-hour run, and then most people are going to be slower than that because Yimo is pretty good at Recruit 'em all and has done multiple runs. But yeah, I think now it's you get 12 hours of breaks for every 12 hours played in a Recruit 'em all, which I think is like fair. I think that's the rule, but no one knows because we didn't make a decision or something. Whatever. it's just PMD community things, man. It's just PMD community things. Anyway, I will never play Recruit 'em all anyway, so I don't really care that much. Oh, and for example, we also at some point had a discussion about allowing breaks in cutsceneless, because people wanted break in cutsceneless any percent. In Sky, I don't think that's needed. The run is like 2 hours, and they would say like, yeah, but I'm still trying to learn the game and blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, well, if you're still trying to learn the game, you don't have to submit, you know? Like, I do think it would be good to allow maybe a 10-minute break in Darkrai cutsceneless, because Darkrai cutsceneless has, well, no cutscenes, and it's like 4.5 hours. Well, in the full run, you have like 15 minutes of a break after any percent there, right? You can take your time, go to the toilet, eat something or whatever. And then in cutsceneless you couldn't do that. That makes no sense. So I think for cutsceneless Darkrai I would, but again, nothing has been decided ever. So I think based on like how the game is with cutscenes, it would make sense to allow a break there. Especially after any percent, when you get booted to the main menu anyway, that makes for like a good place to say, oh, there you can take a 10-minute break and then play post game. Yeah, exactly, Finland. It's whatever, but no one will do that because yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's a bit weird. I think it's just weird. I don't. Like they would go like, yeah, but I'm a new runner. I'm not used to playing this game for 2 hours straight or whatever. I'm like, yeah, well, who fucking cares? Your problem. But I think for Darkrai it makes sense. Like 4.5 hours straight, cutsceneless. Well, in the normal run you do get breaks because there's cutscenes. Like that would make sense, right? Like I would literally imagine you have to go to the toilet. Makes sense that you have to go to the toilet once in like 4.5 hours or something. Trusty piss bottle, yeah. Banger song. But yeah, for some reason in the PMD community, we have these discussions, and it will be pretty civil and like friendly discussions. I mean, people will disagree, but like they're good discussions, and then just no decision gets made. Until it comes up again, like a year later. Like, so weird how that happens every single time. Or until Shady or something finally decides like, fuck it, I'm just gonna actually change this shit. And no, I'm only a mod on the category extensions. And trust me, I will just take decisions on the category extension board. I do not give a fuck. I won't even ask. Like... Nobody cares about that board. I do slightly. So, yeah. If I feel like something on the cat extension board needs to be changed, I just do it. Because if I ask, people will just... well, again, what I just said, do nothing. Or argue with me and then not get to a solution. Nice gold. It's not that deep though. I don't think I've really ever done that. I think I've added a category once maybe, because I felt like it was a good category, and I just added it. Like the category extension boards are like pretty loose. Everyone is like, oh yeah, whatever, it's the category extensions. I don't remember actually what category, but I think I did at some point. Like, and they're also like usually they're not fine. Like if you submit to the main board and you are a moderator, you're not allowed to verify your own runs. Except for the Japanese runners, they are allowed to do that because the Japanese think it's fine. But yeah, we have a bit of a thing where like a mod still has to be verified by another mod. But on the category extension board, it's not that deep, so I'm just able to verify my own category extensions. Which is good, because I spam a lot of category extensions, because I run so many alt starters and I submit all of them. And otherwise someone would have to verify all of those, and it's not like anybody cares. Really? You're gonna defend order again? Hey, PB. Check out in mijn hart. Oh yeah, that could be Finot. I actually PB'd from this. That's pretty cool. This is second place on Wii U. Pretty cool. It is late. However, power band, 2 refs, decent Igglybuff time. Let's just try Grovyle. And if it's bad, we can reset anyway. And like then we can just stop. I have to try. Fuck it. We're gonna we're gonna do all special apps. Also, I've been fucking ranting this entire run about like random shit. Whoops. But yeah, on the category extension board, it's not that deep, so I verify my own runs there. Yeah, and everyone thinks that's fine. Like, and if someone thinks there's an issue, they can just check it or whatever, and yeah. They just trust me with it, I guess. It's also nobody else submits to the alt starter leaderboards. So yeah. But to be fair, I have the category extensions for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon used to be all on one board for all the different games. So like you would have BRT, Sky, Time Darkness, Super, Gates all on the same category extension page. And that's not the case anymore. Well, guess who had to move every single fucking category and run? Or well, had to. Somebody had to. And nobody did it. So I did it. It took multiple hours of my life. Which is one of the reasons why I'm a mod for all the cat extension pages. Because I did that. Like 1 or 2 years ago. Yeah, I mean, it had to be done. Like, at some point we decided, like, okay, this has to be done, because the normal cat extension board is getting cluttered as fuck, and you can't set it up too well, because different games have different subcategories, and different platforms, and that sort of shit. And, well, I painstakingly moved every single run, and also added... Because the category extension board still didn't have platform splits, so if you did a cat extension on Wii U, you would just be faster than if somebody did it on DS, which makes of course no sense because it should just be split. So I also had to split all of it, which for Blue Rescue Team was even worse because then you have to split 3 platforms for 4 ways of playing, because you have no quick save, no Wonder Mill, no quick save with Wonder Mill, quick save, no Wonder Mill, quick save with Wonder Mill, which is then called unrestricted. And then you also have to add Red Rescue Team as a thing because it's slower. And then you get like 20 billion different subcategories and you have to add all of it. Yeah, it cost hours of my life, but no one else was gonna do it. So I did it. That's yeah. I think the Blue Rescue Team one definitely took me the longest to set up. Spent hours on that shit. Yeah, people were thankful that I did it because they really weren't in the mood to do it themselves, which I get because it was a painstaking progress. Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah, probably. But I mean, the boards look pretty decent now, or like at least they have all the different things. You can, yeah, find everything. It's not perfect for Blue Rescue Team, of course. It looks really cluttered because there's just, yeah. You have English, Japanese. You have Red Rescue Team, Blue Rescue Team, which is split. You have Wii U, DS, 3DS, GBA, MU, which is a 3-way split, and then you have the 4 different playstyles. So that's like 4 times 3 times 4 different categories per category. Yeah, so every category on the cat extension page for Rescue Team has 48 different subcategories, basically. which is a bit fucked, but I mean, yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I like the alt starter leaderboards. That one is also quite cluttered because yeah, it's just a list of all the starters, of course, and then also the different versions and whatever and blah blah. I think it's sad though that people don't really use them. That's why I have the Excel sheet, because I don't feel comfortable actually submitting other people's runs to the cat extension board.